Good afternoon. Welcome to the midweek edition of The Words Today. It is a Southwest Network program of Radio Nigeria, Ibadan's zonal station comprising news, feature, and sports. Coming in the lineup, Nigeria Immigration Services set to introduce emergency passport for Nigerians in diaspora. Court gives Kanu another chance to open defense. Coming on the foreign scenes, Iran released 2 French nationals detained for spying. And herbalist killed over attack in Uganda. Heart of the Matter today focuses on tackling cases of baby-making factories, while the feature is on the Bowers Tower. My name is Feyi Shara Owomoyela. Not alone, reading with me is
Dayo Adinga. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. You can also listen to us on live stream via www.radionigeriaban.gov.ng or watch us live on Facebook at Premier FM 935. Patriotism always unites the people. Be patriotic. And now to the details of the news. The Nigerian Immigration Service (NIS) has announced plans to introduce a single travel emergency passport, a new biometric travel document designed to help Nigerians abroad whose passports are expired, lost or stolen, returned securely and verifiable. The Controller General of Immigration, Mr. Kemi Nadab, disclosed this during the joint thematic meeting of the Khartoum, Rabat and Niamey processes held in Abuja, which Nigeria co-hosted with the government of France. And according to Mrs. Nandab, the step will replace the current emergency travel certificate as part of services' ongoing reforms aimed at strengthening identity management and border governance frameworks in line with global best practices. She noted that the travel document will be issued at designated Nigerian embassies and consulates abroad, which is valid only for single entry, reinforces the service's commitment to efficient service delivery and robust identity protection.
The federal government has announced plans to invest 12 billion naira in digital economy research projects, aiming to ensure the country reaps the benefits of digital transformation. The Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Dr. Bosun Tijani, made this known at the opening ceremony of the 18th edition of the International Conference on Theory and Practices of Electronic Governance in Abuja, seemed shaping the future of digital governance through cooperation, innovation, and inclusion. It was organized by the National Information Technology Development Agency. According to Dr. Tijani, platforms such as IceGov, that is ICEGOV, provide nations the opportunity to explore the potential of emerging technologies while aligning them with effective policies that address social needs. He noted that Nigeria's participation in the 2024 edition of IceGov underscored the importance of deepening research in the digital economy, adding that the country's impressive performance and in the conference of international partners to host the 2025 conference.
The federal government is committed to repositioning secondary education through infrastructure development towards enhancing teaching and learning in schools. The Executive Secretary, National Senior Secondary Education Commission, Dr. Iyela Ajayi, stated these in Akure, the Ondo State capital, while inspection of some federal government projects executed through the commission. Correspondent Bukola Badi has details.
3 projects under construction are 12 classrooms with modern staff rooms, 500-seater ultra-modern hall, and an e-library, all sited within Oyemekun Grammar School, Akure, one of the oldest schools in Ondo State. According to the Executive Secretary, National Senior Secondary Education Commission, NSEC, Dr. Yela Ajayi, same infrastructural projects are currently being executed in 5 other states of the Federation as part of the federal government's dedication to the development of education. He expressed satisfaction with the quality and level of work done so far, while also commending the management of the host school for proper monitoring to ensure that the job was completed to specification.
The contractor has made tremendous progress. We're happy with the level of the job. We're also happy with the quality of the job. The government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is committed to the repositioning of education generally. Not only education generally, but senior secondary education.
In a remark, the principal, Oyemekun Grammar School, Akure, Mr. Adeniyi Oluyide, appreciated the federal government for choosing the school for the project, saying it will go a long way in impacting the state education sector positively.
This one is going to add to education in Ondo State.
Dr. Ajayi had earlier paid a courtesy visit on the Ondo State Commissioner for Education, Professor Egbekele Ajibefun, during which he announced plan to open the zonal office of NSEC in the state, even as he hailed the establishment of the Ondo State Senior Secondary Education Board. Responding, Professor Ajibefun said Ondo State was passionate about education and expressed its readiness to explore areas of collaboration with the Commission.
We are happy at the rate you are moving at NSEC. Whatever Ondo State needs to do to also move at that pace, we will do that so that the quality of education in Nigeria can continue to go up.
The National Senior Secondary Education Commission was established by the federal government to, among other mandates, enforce minimum standards for senior secondary schools in Nigeria. In Akure, Bukola Badi, Radio Nigeria.
Thank you, Bukola Badi, for that report. And now we move on. The need for secondary school students to channel their thoughts towards a career of interest took center stage at a day career talk marking the 120th anniversary of Wesley College of Science, Elekuro, Ibadan. The event drew 3 alumni of the school who had made impact tutoring the students on career development. In his presentation, a nanotechnology research expert from the University of Ilorin, Dr. Adewale Irewale, while speaking on career decision, the pros and cons, said students should relate with past professionals in their fields of interest to know more about the benefits and risks associated with a profession. A social media creator, Pastor Seun Afolayan, and a tech expert, Mr. Akinyemi Ogungbawe, charged the participants on the utilization of artificial intelligence AI, critical thinking, and skills acquisition to make headway early in life. Earlier in an address of welcome, the National President Wesley College Alumni Association, who is also a legal luminary, Dr. Frederick Odutola, said the students must believe in themselves and discard pessimistic utterances from the people.
Have to believe in themselves. You know, one of them just said, "Oh, I read the book you put in the library, I am somebody," because that's one book I wrote, that everybody is somebody. What we're trying to do is to awaken the giant in them.
Some students of the college expressed gratitude to the alumni members, saying they drew inspiration from the speakers and the event, adding that it would help them make a better career choice in future.
Gain more knowledge, and I gain maybe what I want to become in future.
I learned that I should be extraordinary, I should be on top of the game, and I should not allow the situation around me to determine who I will be.
Week-long activities continue today with roll call and security lecture.
Veterinary profession has evolved over the years beyond animal care to playing vital roles in public health and food safety. This was the submission of a guest lecturer, Dr. Ibrahim Arasi, at the first physical meeting of the University of Ibadan, Faculty of Veterinary Medicine Alumni Association Worldwide, held at the faculty's auditorium. Emphasizing the importance of veterinary profession, Dr. Arasi, who is also a member of the association, said it was only veterinarians who could adequately address global challenges such as public health, disease prevention, and environmental sustainability.
Most of the diseases starts with animals as hosts. We are better positioned for that. When it comes to managing outbreaks, yes, the first point of call should be the veterinarians.
The Dean, Faculty of Veterinary Medicine, University of Ibadan, Dr. Babalola Olugaza, said the association prioritized mentorship, innovation, and emotional intelligence among the next generation.
The essence of today's program is recognition of alumni of the Faculty of Veterinary Medicine, University of Ibadan, who have contributed significantly to the progress of veterinary profession and training from this faculty.
Earlier in his welcome address, the chairman, Veterinary Alumni Association, University of Ibadan, Dr. Ibikunle Faramade, noted that the meeting was aimed at celebrating notable figures in the profession while they were still alive and to inspire current students. Highlight of the program was the presentation of Lifetime Achievement Awards to Dr. Olumide Adegbile, 1975 set, Dr. Samuel Adewumi, 1983 set, and Dr. Sadiku Rasaki, 1990 set, as well as some individuals who have contributed immensely to the veterinary profession. The meeting also featured donations towards the solar installation worth 25 million naira and Wi-Fi that would aid some research embarked upon by the faculty.
The Association of Resident Doctors in the Federal Capital Territory Administration, ARD, FCTA, has confirmed the partial payment of salary arrears and the Medical Residency Training Fund, MRTF, by the FCT administration. Still, it maintained that its indefinite strike will continue until all outstanding demands are met. And a statement signed by its president, Dr. George Ebong, the association notes that the payments mark the beginning of the implementation of its demands, though several doctors were still left out of the recent disbursements. The statement explains that 28 doctors who had been owed salary arrears for periods ranging from 1 month to 1 year were paid 2 nights ago. The association, however, explained that the Medical Residency Training Fund payment was not made to all affected doctors, leaving 47 others still awaiting their entitlements. It adds the salaries for October were also paid yesterday.
Zamfara State First Lady, Mrs. Huria Lawal, has reiterated the commitment to continue to raise public awareness, promote early detection, show solidarity, and support the victims of the deadly diseases as well as survivors. Mrs. Lawal made the commitment while leading the Walkaway Cancer Awareness in major street of Gusau, the state capital, to drive the message to residents. The First Lady led other women, including the Deputy Governor's wife, Mrs. Mani Momoni, civil society groups, medical professionals, associations of youth on a work away from cancer public awareness geared towards enlightening the people about the issues of cancer and how to prevent themselves from the disease. The Walk Away Cancer Awareness started at the Yerima Bakura Specialist Hospital through Sani Abacha Way to Government House, Goso, where she addressed the participants, informing them of the need to spread the message of early detection and awareness as key to preventing cancer. Medical professionals stressed the need for sustained public awareness that early detection and regular screening are important in preventing cancer.
From Zamfara to Anambra State, where election is happening on Saturday, and ahead of this Saturday's governorship election in Anambra State, the Inspector General of Police, Mr. Kayode Egbetokun, has replaced the State Commissioner of Police, Ekioye Orutugo, with Abayomi Shogunle. The new Commissioner of Police is to oversee all policing operations in the state during the forthcoming governorship election. According to a statement signed by the command spokesperson, Mr. Tochukwu Ikenga, the posting is in line with the force's operational strategy aimed at enhancing security planning to ensure a peaceful, credible, and transparent electoral process in Anambra State. He added that the new Commissioner of Police has also established a central command framework to ensure real-time intelligence sharing, coordination, and rapid response, supported by the joint deployment of over 60,000 security personnel drawn from agencies under the Interagency Consultative Committee on Election Security. The command stated that operatives will secure all 5,720 polling units in the state, with tactical reserves positioned along interlocal government and state boundaries.
The leadership of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, in Oyo State has expressed satisfaction over the ruling of the Oyo State High Court, which directed the party to proceed with its elective national convention slated for the 15th and 16th of this month in Ibadan. In the judgment delivered by Justice Ladiran Akintola, the court ordered the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to monitor the proceedings and directed the National Convention Organizing Committee, led by Governor Hamadu Fintiri of Adamawa State, to continue with preparations. Justice Akintola gave the order while ruling on an ex parte motion brought before the court by Mr. Folahan Adelabi, who sued as the claimant. Reacting to the development at the PDP State Secretariat Molete in Ibadan, the Oyo State Chairman of the party, Mr. Dayo Ogunbenro, described the judgment as a victory of democracy and a welcome relief for party members across the country. Mr. Ogunbenro, who maintained that PDP's position as the country's leading opposition party, explained that while politics naturally involves divergent interest, the PDP has sufficient internal mechanisms to manage dispute and reconcile differences after the convention. In the same vein, the State Publicity Secretary of the party, Mr. Michael Ogunshino, expressed gratitude for the court decision, saying it has restored confidence among members and delegates nationwide.
Meanwhile, former governor of Ekiti State, Mr. Ayodele Fayose, has dismissed the order issued by the Oyo State High Court concerning the People's Democratic Party PDP National Convention, describing it as an Ibadan judicial and political comedy or drama. Mr. Fayose, while reacting to the judgment, criticized the ruling, saying the judge granted an ineffective order which is dead on arrival, insisting that neither the PDP nor the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, can comply with it. According to the former governor, it is well known in Nigeria that a state high court cannot overrule or act as an appellate court over a federal high court. He called on the National Judicial Council, NJC, to urgently sanction Justice Ladiran Akintola, who issued the ex parte order yesterday, despite an existing judgment delivered on the 31st of last month by Justice James Omotosho of the Federal High Court, which ruled on the same matter. Mr. Fayose described the ruling as an act of desperation, likening it to an attempt by some individuals waiting at the gravesite to bury the PDP.
Justice James Omotosho of the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja has again given the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB Nnamdi Kanu, till the 7th of this month to defend the terrorism charges brought against him by the federal government or waive his right to do so. This is Nnamdi Kanu stood his ground in the open court today that there were no valid terrorism charges against him and would offer no defense to the one against him by the federal government. Justice Omotosho, who offered Nnamdi Kanu another opportunity, said he granted the fresh opportunity to the defendant in the interest of justice and to the nation. During today's proceedings, when Nnamdi Kanu was called to open his defense, instead of doing so, he faulted the charges, insisting that he had nothing to defend in respect of a repealed law.
This is the World Today. The stories that made the headlines so far. Nigeria Immigration Services is set to introduce emergency passport for Nigerians in diaspora. Court has given Kanu another chance to open defense. Still to come, Iran releases 2 French nationals detained for spying, and herbalist killed over attack in Uganda.
Glad to know you're still there, still listening to World News on the Southwest Network of Radio Nigeria. Going for it now. Radian government has released 2 French nationals imprisoned for more than 3 years on spying. French President Emmanuel Macron says, though it remains uncertain when they would be allowed to return. Mr. Macron said on X that Cécile Cola, 41, and her partner Jacques Paris, the last French citizens officially known to be held in Iran, had been released from Evin prison in northern Tehran and went on their way to French embassy.
Alright, still on the foreign scene, Ugandan authorities say security forces have killed a traditional herbalist who reportedly led a coordinated attack on police and military bases over the weekend. Reports say that the attack began last Saturday and targeted 3 districts in Uganda's remote western regions along the border with Democratic Republic of Congo, the DRC.
In today's Heart of the Matter, an intern from Edo State Polytechnic, Hussein Barakat Agbola, writes on tackling cases of baby-making factories.
Last month, the Ondo State Police Command arrested one Ada Clement for allegedly operating a baby factory in Ore, the headquarters of Udigbo local government area of the state. According to Public Relations Officer of the command, Mr. Olayinka Anyolade, the men of the command rescued 5 pregnant underage girls found in the illegal facility. The police said the suspects sold babies for 400,000 naira and above for female children and 600,000 naira and above for male children. Recently in Oka, Anambra State, the commander of the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, Judith Juku, lamented a situation where a girl gets pregnant and then someone suddenly presents a marriage proposal. After she gives birth, often without her knowledge or consent, the man takes the baby and sells it. She explained that some of the pregnant girls are afraid of the reaction of their parents and the stigma associated with having babies outside wedlock in many parts of Nigeria. Hence, they fall prey to traffickers who pretend to be social workers and offer to help them get rid of the unwanted pregnancies. Producing babies for sale has become a recurring decimal in the country. More worrisome is the fact that young people now cohabit by mutual consent to make these babies. In some cases, the child traffickers kidnap the girls and take them to isolated places where they get them impregnated. The offspring are sold shortly after birth to childless couples who are willing to pay a huge amount of money for the babies. Factors such as unemployment is one of the contributory phenomenon, as both the men who impregnate the girls and the girls themselves are driven by the urge to escape poverty. Reports say even sex workers now deliberately get pregnant so they can sell the babies to make money. Stigma associated with some childless couple drives some couples to resort to illicit means of adopting babies, as the legal adoption process can be prolonged, stricter, and more expensive. This illegal trade has thrived because there is a ready market for it. Unfortunately, some of the babies get into the hands of evil people who trade their organs for ritual purpose, while some syndicates groom these children for sex work, serving pedophiles. To address this disturbing trend, greater effort must be made to apprehend and prosecute people involved in this crime, which requires intelligence as the culprits live within the community. The judicial system must be strengthened to avoid cases of arrests with no record of convictions. Laws such as the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act should be deployed against these traffickers to reduce this trend to the barest. It is pertinent that waiting couples should follow the proper rules for adoption. There should be sensitization to let people know the mode of operation of these traffickers with a view to trafficking and handling unscrupulous element over to law enforcement agencies for prosecution.
That script on tackling cases of baby-making factories was written by an intern from Edo State Polytechnic, Hussein Barakat Agbola. It was read by Olubukola and Nimola.
How much of Okiare Hill do you know? Mutunrayo Ajayi takes us on a trip to the hill.
The Okiare Hill, the highest hill in the heart of Ibadan metropolis, lies the historical monument Bawas Tower. The 60-feet tall monument is situated within the government-reserved forest called Igbagala near Sakpati area of the city. It was built in the year 1936 in honor of Captain Robert Lister Bauer, the first British resident and traveling commissioner for interior of Yorubaland, who served between 1893 and 1897. Designed by Taffy Jones, the tower has a 47-step spiral staircase which earned its name Laipo by the locals due to the unique design. It was initially built to be a watchtower during the colonial period, and it provides a 360-degree panoramic view of the entire city. Beyond its colonial origins, Bawas Tower has become a cherished symbol of Ibadan's identity, dating back to the city's pre-colonial era when Okiare Hill was used as a lookout point by ancient Yoruba warriors, making it a point between two eras in the history of the city. Presently, the tower serves as a tourist destination, which gave the rise to the popular phrase amongst the locals that Ibadan lo mo or mo Laipo. That is, it is Ibadan that you don't know Laipo, emphasizing the need to visit the tower to have a full experience of the metropolis.
Alright, that script on Bawas Tower was written by Oluwafemi Korede, an intern from the Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, Osun State.
To end the world today on Radio Nigeria, the top stories again. The Nigerian Immigration Service, NIS, has announced plans to introduce a single travel emergency passport, a new biometric travel document designed to help Nigerians abroad whose passports are expired, lost, or stolen return securely or verifiable. Justice James Omotosho of a federal high court sitting in Abuja has again given the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mr. Nnamdi Kanu, till the 7th of this month to defend the terrorism charges brought against him by the federal government or waive his right to do so. Iranian government has released 2 French nationals in prison for more than 3 years on spying. And lastly, we brought you the report that said Ugandan authorities say security forces have killed a traditional herbalist who reportedly led a coordinated attack on police and military bases over the weekend.
And that's it in the world today and midweek edition. To join us tomorrow for a fresh edition of the program Modok by Toba edited, I am Feyi Shara Owomoyela saying thank you for listening, and from my colleague
Daya Denuga, thank you for listening. Enjoy the rest of the day. Good afternoon.